episode of the Final Wager. I'm Keith Williams. It is Wednesday morning, and I've received quite a few notifications of something happening tonight, and it is before noon, so there will not be any alcohol involved, and I'm not drinking right now anyway for running reasons, and my mental health has never been better, let me tell you. I paused it with Bing having found this possibly penultimate clue, the $1,600 clue. I pull up the scores here. So Bing's got 8,000. Seth's in the lead, 15,800. Miranda's 9,100. I enjoyed watching Miranda answer with her own name, which has been happening a lot lately. At least 3 times I can think of in the last maybe 10, 15 weeks. So what does Bing want to do here? This is hard to calculate a wager like this on the fly, but you can see that right now he's in 3rd place, and he's in a position where he'd have to get Final Jeopardy right and be the only player to get Final Jeopardy right. Assuming we don't see this $2,000 clue, because Alex did make that less than a minute announcement 4 clues ago, and Bing could stall if he wanted to drag it out. To be in contention, you'd have to have at least a difference between 2nd and 3rd, so that is 6,700. That means he could wager at most 1,300 to stay in contention in case he misses. If he gets it right, he's still going to have 9,300, which is not that great a score. He'd still have to get it right and hope that Seth misses. That's a crush situation because Bing has less than 2/3 of Seth's total in that scenario. So if I were Bing, I would go for everything. Especially, I love geography categories, so that's what I do. And but if he doesn't go for that, I would stay with no more than 1,300, but at least 1,101. So let's see what he does.
1,200. Okay, here is the clue. For a breathtaking view of the main island in this group, board the end-of-the-world train in Ushuaia, Argentina.
What are the Falkland Islands?
No, you're on the wrong part. It's Tierra del Fuego, right at the tip of South America. You're at 6,800.
All right.
It's not a runaway for
So
Seth, so you're all going to be involved making your wagers based on how you feel about 21st century music. Do that, we'll return to the...
Turned out to be a pretty fortuitous wager for Bing there with... I don't know if he was calculating what he had to have to be in contention, but he was clearly going for the lead against Miranda. Had he gone for everything, of course, he'd be out of it, but here he'd have the lead against Seth if he got it right and wagered everything. So now let's just look at the wagers. There's really nothing to calculate here. Miranda doubles up, she's going to have 18-2. So that looks like 2,400 out of Seth. And if he gets that wrong, he's going to be left with 13-4. So Miranda and Bing both have to go for everything. You'll see that if Bing doubles up, he'll have 13-6. Now I've got to be wondering where the math issue comes into play. And this will be interesting. I guess Seth, if he wants to force Miranda to get it right and leave Bing out of it, or he's forcing Miranda anyway, wager no more than 21.99. Because if he is wrong with that, I'll do 21.99 just to show he'll have a 13-6, so that would keep Bing out of it. With Seth, you never know what he's going to do. I would cap his wager so as to force Miranda to get it right, which would be 6,700. I am really confused why Seth doesn't hunt the daily doubles. So at the beginning, or in the first round, he didn't hunt for the daily double there, and Miranda got it, wagered 100, which she wasn't feeling good about the categories, fine. And then at the end here, had a chance to lock it up. I have no doubt he would have had a decent shot at that at least. And he didn't. That could hurt him pretty badly. Not here, but maybe some other time. Tonkin golf resolution. Been talking about that a lot recently with other people for various reasons. Roller derby girl We've had a lot of those, and roller derby fans, of course. Sexiest Man Alive. I enjoyed that category because, well, it brought back some painful memories of playing Pointless with Matt Ottinger at Tacona last month. Is that last month or 2 months ago? Yeah, last month still technically. And the question was name one of People's Sexiest Man Alive winners, and their sexiest person alive, I guess. Or was it man? I can't remember. And I went with what I thought was the very obvious Leonardo DiCaprio, but apparently he has not won because you can decline it if you don't want to be a pawn in the great people marketing scheme. I should have gone with Bradley Cooper, who I knew had won more recently, possibly this year or maybe last year. I can't remember when. And as you know, I'm a big proponent of memorizing dates, and 1876 battle, person who died in a battle, that's got to be Custer. It's got to be.
Our six-day champion, Seth Wilson, beat
a little big one.
With 21st century music as the category. We find out now. Here is the clue, players. The title of a Frida Kahlo painting inspired the three-word name of this 2008 #1 hit by a British group. You have 30 seconds. Good luck.
Wow.
Group was Coldplay. Bing, we come to you first. You're
Oh,
smiling.
Viva la vida, damn it.
Down and it made you ice, ice, baby. Yep. And it'll cost you $66.01. You dropped down to $199. Miranda, over to you now. You had 9,100. You're smiling because you wrote down what is Viva la vida, and that is correct. And you will add 1,500. That takes you up to 10,600.
Why?
Wilson now was leading and wasn't a runaway. Did he get Viva la Vida? No. Shake it off. Wrong. How much will it cost you? 3,000. That drops you down, but only to 12,800. You remain champion. You now have a 7-day total of 166,500. A good game, players. Thank you.
Okay. I have to go on my rant now. Just remember that if you're not going to come prepared to win the game, you're taking a spot from someone who actually does want to play to win the game. So there's no excuse for that. If you don't want to win the game, don't play. If you want to win second place, yeah, I know there's a big difference between second place and third place. There's $1,000 difference. It's fine to leave off a couple dollars from your wager. You don't have to go all in. Yeah, I'll give you a yellow. In some very rare cases, I'll give you a pink or a red. But most of the time, it's not going to matter for winning the game. Sometimes it will matter for winning second place. You knew that we all knew that Bing had to go for at least 6601 or 6600, let's say. Save yourself 201, 300, 400. Just at least go for the bare minimum to beat Seth, assuming he wagers rationally. He's not going to wager 0 here, probably. But I would cover that as well. But yeah, there's really no excuse for that, and that's disappointing for everyone. But Seth's the main beneficiary here. He wins his 7th game. And here's my answer. Mexico is awesome, which was not a Frida Kahlo painting, I'm sure. But had the right gist, I think. Yeah, okay, well, we'll leave it there. And, yeah, all those warnings, thank you. But I hope that's the last we see of something like that. I'm going to go shake it off now, and we'll see you later for Wednesday's installment as Seth goes for number 8. Yeah, 8. Wow. Right here on the Final Wager.